Hey there guys, how's it going? OIHighRollerIO here once again, bringing you some more Sakura Angels, and I don't know what to choose. From the last video, we were basically stuck with a decision whether to sit with Sayaka and have lunch there, or head straight to the roof. Me personally, in this situation, I would probably go for the roof because, I mean, when I was in high school, I always hung out outside. You know, I hung outside with my friends, and that's more or less what I did. So, I think I'm gonna head for the roof. The roof it is, motherfucker. It's just too noisy here, and I get the feeling sitting with Sayaka will only make things worse. I sneak past her and head for the stairwell. Though it wasn't exactly difficult with how into her food she was. So she's just over there just stuffing her face. The higher I scale the stairs, the more quiet my surroundings become, until eventually the bustling racket of the students softens to a dull mumble below. Peace at last. Please tell me I'm not going to get Kenta killed. I emerge out onto the rooftop. A gentle breeze graces my face as the sun shines high in the near cloudless sky. It's perfect out here. Only, it seems I wasn't the only one that had decided to come up here. Hikari stands at the edge of the rooftop facing outwards as she peers down at the countless people. Given how intently she seems to be analyzing them, I can only guess that she's keeping guard. I have to admire her dedication towards this whole thing. I actually do feel pretty safe knowing she's this serious about it all. She's so absorbed in what she's doing, I don't think she's even noticed me yet. Making no real effort to conceal myself, I close up right behind her. Still nothing. She's miles away. I reach out and give a gentle tap to her shoulder. Yo. Oh my god, shut up, Cherry, you fucking piece of shit, bitch. Cunt, motherfucker. Bitch, face. Fucker, bitch. Chair. Cunt. She jumps a good several feet into the air at my touch and lets out an ear-piercing scream. A bit of an overreaction, maybe? Or am I just that scary? A hand to her chest as if to keep her heart from breaking free, she spins around to face me. Her stern expression softens a little as she realizes it's me, but only a little. She still seems pretty mad. Nice. I scrub at the back of my head with a grin. I really did spook her. My bad. But you seemed miles away. Keeping guard? Huh? Her eyes flicker back to where she was watching for a moment. Thanks. I appreciate it. That's not true. Her face goes an interesting shade of pink. It doesn't take much to fluster her, huh? Yeah, she wants it. Look at her face. Right. I get it. Cool. If only I could understand what the fuck they were saying, you know, I could click it right when they were talking, and then the dialogue would come up, you know. Oh, my nose! She sighs dramatically and turns to resume watch over the school. I open my mouth maybe to say something to her, but a low rumbling sound cuts me short. Hikari? She answers without turning around, her ears clearly burning. Wait, hers quote. It wasn't difficult to discern what the sound was, given that I saw no sign of lunch out here at all. Have you, not had lunch yet? Silence. I think I hit the nail on the head. Okay. Are you really gonna be able to fight on an empty stomach? Her stomach growls again, arguing against her words. I knew it. Down to that cesspit. I hear you. Yeesh! I know that place can be pretty packed sometimes, but she's making it out to be something far worse. That's the reason why I never went to the cafeteria. You know, it was too fucking packed. Like, my parents had to pay taxes for it anyway, like, that came out regardless, but, like, yeah, I couldn't stand that shit. It was fucking annoying. I always packed my own lunch, and, brought a Coca-Cola with a little bit of extra, you know, a little bit of extra stuff in there, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of a whiskey. I brought it in with the little Coca-Colas that I used to bring, like the bottles and shit. And then I brought a sandwich, you know, a cheese sandwich. Just cheese, nothing else. She really can't deal with the crowds, I guess. I unwrapped the sandwich, and I'd almost forgotten about, and take a bite out of it, not wanting to forget how much lunch completely myself. Oh, whatever. Hikari watches me intently as I take several more bites, her eyes flickering to the sandwich every now and again. I can practically see the hunger in her eyes. I stop mid-bite and offer the sandwich her way, since I'm beginning to feel terrible for eating in front of her. And I think if I don't, she might just snatch it out of my hands at any moment anyway. Do you, want some? I can split it if you want. Her mouth hangs open and her brow furrows in concentration as if to seriously consider it. I swear she's almost drooling at this point. She comes to her decision with an abrupt and turns her head to the side, her hair whipping along with it. I whip my hair back and forth. I should have expected that. Oh yeah, she does. That's the noise that her stomach makes, by the way. Her stomach beckons for the food. I break off half before she snatches it away with reluctance. You're welcome! I don't think she's used to saying something like that. We're finally making progress. I can't help but to smile. She says with a snarl before she violently rips a chunk of the sandwich away with her teeth. Good? She stops herself, her eyes widening some. I think she almost let slip something there. I really wish they weren't so secretive about all this stuff. The academy, huh? But I'm pretty sure I heard... Yikes! Despite her small frame, whenever she uses that commanding voice of hers, I feel about the size of a mouse before her. I guess it's no use I'm pushing her for more information, unless I want to end up like that monster from before. Okay. I didn't hear anything. It must have been the wind or something. She sighs as she gives her hair a toss, the anger leaving her as suddenly as it had built. Could have fooled me. Her expression darkens, yet her mouth still works. The majority of her half of the sandwich already gone. I'm not even sure she realizes she's eating it at the moment. She spends a good moment or two debating something in her head before she finally looks at me with serious eyes. A group of chatty students emerge out onto the roof from the stairs, lunches in hand. Hikari clamps up at the sight of them and turns back to her guard post. Oh, I'm sure it was important. Fucking bitch. If you say so. It sure looked important, since I don't think I've ever seen her give me that serious look before. Just my luck that out of all times people would choose to eat here, I would have to be now. It would have to be now, yeah. Any semblance of the conversation we may have had before is well and truly dashed now. She seems a lot more reserved in the presence of other people. Plus, I guess what we were discussing wasn't exactly appropriate for their ears. Oh, thank you. You know, I can make a damn good sandwich. Huh? I didn't catch that. The lunch break soon comes to an end and we're whisked back to class. The rest of the school day goes by fairly normally. No crazy attacks, no monsters. I still can't shake the feeling something is watching me, though. Another day down, another walk home. My two guardians by my side. They seem noticeably more tense compared to last night. After how close that fight was, I really don't blame them. We were lucky she didn't pursue us back then. Or that could have been it for me. No, it could have spelled the end for everyone. The journey back is silent, both the girls' faces mirroring each other in the look of sheer determination. They seem ready to spring to action at the slightest sign of danger, so I don't want to break their concentration with mindless small talk. Gradually the sun sets on our route ahead, streetlights flickering to life overhead one by one. Great. The more the shadows begin to creep in all around us, the more tense I can feel myself become. I come to a stop. Something doesn't feel right. There it is again. That damn headache out of nowhere. Wait. Hasn't there always been a pattern with these headaches? They don't usually happen during the day, unless... Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course! We walked right into it. I really need to find a new route home. The sultry lass drift from out of the darkness, causing both of the girls to assume offensive positions. Well, at least they're on guard, you know. There can only be one person. It would be that fucking bitch. Obsidian wings unfurl from amidst the night sky, and the amber-eyed adversary from afore makes her presence known in a storm of black feathers. What was her name? Yuzuki? I guess it doesn't matter. Names mean nothing right now. She has a maniacal look in her eye, a killer glint. Much like before, she isn't here to play around. There's only one thing she's after. Me. Light floods in and dispels the darkness for only a moment as the pair don their battle gear, weapons in hand. Right. I know how this works, okay. Not needing to be told twice, I sprint a good distance from the three girls as not to get caught up in any of the crossfire. But, are they going to be able to win? Yuzuki hardly broke a sweat last night and was able to keep both of them at bay once with that scythe of hers. The difference in power was just too much. Not to mention my guardians have some serious issues in working together as a team. Last night was a complete disaster. I fear we might have to take another tactical retreat. And I'm not sure if I have the stomach for it. Yuzuki lands gracefully before Sayaka and Hikari, an unsettling grin spreading from ear to ear on her face. Huh. Her dark wings erupt into a stream of feathers, which reform into a deadly scythe within her hands. Kari nods and lunges for Yuzuki before she can make the first move. Sayaka kicks off at the ground and flies a good deal backwards as she readies an arrow in her bow. Am I witnessing team play here? Oh, so they're actually working together. That's pretty cool, I guess. It certainly makes a change after last night's disaster. Yuzuki reacts like lightning and brings her scythe to a roll, clashing with Hikari's sword. A shockwave bursts through the street as the two weapons collide, shattering nearby glass and warping street signs, a testament to just how strong these girls are. I'm beginning to see shades of last night's fight. Yuzuki has the advantage in terms of brute strength, so she'll no doubt push back against Hikari's blade. But Hikari doesn't seem nervous at all. In fact, she seems confident. Was it because I talked to her at lunch? Really? What the fuck? Hikari stands her ground in a clash with gritted teeth, and her sword gives off a vibrant glow at her command. A glow that continues to intensify until it engulfs the clashing pair in a blinding light. I'm forced to shield my eyes with my arm as if I were staring at the sun itself. If it was bad enough for me at this distance, I can't imagine how bad it must have been for the both of them. From the safety of my sleeve, I peer back at the battle, the light fading slightly. It seems Yuzuki wasn't expecting that at all, as she's reeling back from it all. A hand to her face. Sayaka lets loose the arrow she's been charging since the pair had clashed. It rockets off with unreal speed, leaving a trail of glimmering sparks in its wake as it homes in on Yuzuki. Hikari pulls back at Sayaka's voice and ducks to just barely avoid the arrow coming her way. It's a direct hit! The arrow bursts upon impact and sends Yuzuki skidding backwards as she desperately tries to keep upright. It doesn't end there, though. Hikari hops to her feet and charges in for a follow-up attack while Yuzuki is trying her best to recover from the arrow. Steel sinks as Hikari kicks off the ground and goes for a crushing blow to the head. This should be it. I can't see how she'll escape from Hikari's blade now. The ground under my feet gives off a quake as she lands. A good half of the road splits under her blade and chunks of concrete rain everywhere. It was a devastating attack to be sure. Surely no one could have survived a blow like that. But Hikari is just bewildered as I am. The dark girl is nowhere to be seen. A single black feather drifts down from where she once stood. She just vanished. A sinister giggle echoes from the shadows. Did Yuzuki teleport? Or is she just so fast I couldn't keep up? Hikari bolts up at the sound and shoots Sayaka a frenzied look. Something glimmers from out of the darkness behind her and then lashes out with a vicious swing. Sayaka just barely reacts in time, jumping to avoid the fatal slash. At least, I thought she had avoided it. Oh my fucking god. I think I'm gonna have to censor this. Oh no. There's a sudden burst and Sayaka lets out a shriek. Herself looks unharmed, but a good portion of her outfit is in tatters. You know what? I'm gonna do something here. There we go. Perfect thumbnail, man. Fragments of what used to be her outfit rain down from above, well and truly diced by the mad girl's scythe. I mean, it's horrible. There's hardly anything left of her outfit. Where I'm standing, I can practically see. Huh? I was thinking about that. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry. Fight! Bad! Damage! Terrible! Okay, I'm back on track. Oh my Christ. This is insane! If she had reacted just a fraction of a second slower, her outfit wouldn't have been the only thing cutting to ribbons by that attack. I thought Yuzuki just seemed bad before, but if anything tonight, she seems even stronger. Or is it just all in my head? The pair learned from their mistakes the previous night and devised something almost resembling teamwork tonight to try and put an end to her. But she hits back twice as hard anyway. Sayaka and Hikari have given it their all, and this monster still has the upper hand. I wonder if they have any tricks left. I suppose I should put more faith in my guardian angels, even if things look dire right now. Didn't he have any faith in them before? Because, I mean, practically his life is on the line because of them anyway. I mean, they're the only ones, like, really trying to protect him. They're surely trained for these kinds of intense battles and must have at least something to fall back on. Something that I hope doesn't involve flying again. I really, really don't want to fly again. At this point, I'll take my chances with Yuzuki. Sayaka hugs herself in an effort to catch up, her face flushed with embarrassment. I can't imagine this being convenient at all times during the fight. Especially not one as serious as this. I feel like I shouldn't be watching this. But this is an important fight that I can't afford to take my eyes off of. Or something like that. Oh my god. With what should be a fairly troubling scene for her partner, Hikari actually seems more annoyed than anything as she rushes over. She stomps her foot and scolds her half-naked partner. This seems like a rather bizarre way to treat someone in such a state. Eh? She can? So, why has she been acting like she has... There's another flash and her outfit is restored what it once was. Huh? It really was that easy? What a fucking idiot. Hikari hoists her sword up onto her shoulder and lets out a sigh, a dangerous vein just faintly visible on her forehead. Oh shit. Bonk! Hikari raps her on the head. What is even... Guys, aren't you forgetting something? I mean, it's not like you were in the middle of a fight or anything. Wait, that's a point. Yuzuki could have torn these two up while they were arguing. Where did she go after that attack? As if suddenly realizing this fact as well, both the girls jump into serious mode, if that's even really possible, and assume offensive stances once more. I'm beginning to grow uneasy. I instinctively throw a glance over my shoulder, only to be met with a maniacal smile. You! She's right behind me. How did she manage that? Then again, I guess it probably wasn't that difficult to feed, with how distracted my supposed guardians can get. I stumble backwards with a gasp, just narrowly avoiding her outstretched grasp as she reaches for me with a limp. Or with a limp. Shit. The dark girl winces and her shoulders sink. It seems like she barely has any strength left. There's a typo there. It seems like she barely any strength left, as she just barely keeps a hold of her scythe, limply at her side. Maybe the combined attack before was more effective than I thought, and it finally all caught up to her, her energy reserves well and truly spent. This was probably her last-ditch attempt to get me. I'm lucky I turned around when I did. She gives me a narrowed glance as she staggers back a few steps, my bodyguards catching up to me. Amber eyes full of hatred, she shifts her gaze to Sayaka and Hikari.
あなたたちと遊ばないでどこかへ行くなんてことはしないから。
She begins to sink back into the shadows, giving off another devious laugh despite her limping retreat. Now the last part of what she said worries me. Something to play with?
どこにだってついてってあげるわ。ここで戦いを終わらせましょう。あ、光、どうせ間に合わない。
Hikari disregards her partner's advice and blazes forward, sword at the ready. It seems like her blade is just about to connect with Yuzuki before she can make her escape, but something suddenly whips out as if appearing out of nowhere and takes Hikari off her feet, hoisting her into the air. A thick, slimy appendage. A tentacle? Oh my fucking god. Why? Is this fucking really? Really? Oh my god. Hikari drops her sword after being blindsided by the beast and is left wrestling helplessly against the writhing tendrils as they work to ensnare her. I see her hands give off a glow. That's right. If she doesn't have a weapon, she still has her magic. She should be able to make quick work of this thing, sword or not. Or maybe not. The beast is one step ahead of her and works to bind her hands, leaving her well and truly helpless. The tentacles creep in even closer, or ever closer, oozing a pungent substance that coats a good majority of her. Oh my fucking god. She bemoans her disgusting predicament as she thrashes around, ultimately only resulting in the tentacles constricting tighter against her. Okay, so she can't save herself. But her trusty partner should be able to pierce the tentacles with a well-placed arrow, right? Right? When did they show up? Sayaka is surrounded by a pack of demonic dogs from before. The ones that nearly took my life. They must have charged in at the same time as the tentacle creature made itself known. Were they summoned by Yuzuki, I wonder? Wait. Can she control them? Hikari keeps up the brave front, but I can see the tentacles are taking their toll on her. This is bad. Both of them are held up by monsters. While Sayaka is handy with a bow, I don't think she's all that good at close-up combat. So she might be in trouble here. And then, Hikari is clearly in need of assistance. The tentacles might completely crush her if nothing is done soon. So with both of them struggling, who's left to help them? Me? But I haven't ever fought anything in my life. I would have been dead long ago if these two hadn't made themselves known in my life. I clench my fists tight and throw a glance between the two girls. They've risked so much to help me, while I've just stood on the sidelines like some sort of coward. They need my help. What can I do? I don't have any magic powers. I don't even have super strength. I can't fly. I'm useless. Useless! I stomp at the ground, cursing my weak nature. Huh? Something clatters at my foot. Hikari's sword? A sizable amount of steel that almost rivals Hikari herself in height. I crouch down to pick it up. Despite its size, it's surprisingly light. I'm able to take it up with just a single hand. This is crazy. I can't believe I'm even thinking about doing this. I straighten up and tighten my hold on the sword, giving it a test swipe into the air. It slices through without much resistance and gives off a satisfying swish. It'll be just this easy, right? Air is one thing, but to even think about using this thing on something living, even if they're monsters, I'm just not sure if I can allow this to follow through. Wait, if I can follow through with this. I can hear cries of distress from both sides. Time is running out. I've made up my mind. I can't save them both at once, though. Who needs help more urgently? Oh my fucking god, are you serious right now? Is this really a thing? Well, alright guys, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and save it here. I got two choices here. I can either go back to the cafeteria and choose to sit with Sayaka instead of going up to the roof and meeting Hikari. So I got one save, and then I got the save here at this choice. So, yeah. just so many choices in this game, and I'm afraid of fucking up, like I really am. So I think it's important from now on I just go ahead and I make a save at the choices. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here today, and if you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're brand new to my channel, because every little bit helps, and it's just a click away. And until the next video, please stay tuned, and peace out, you guys.